Hello everyone, hello, it's me Alex. I decided just arbitrarily to make this current video shoot of mine just in unprepared way as always, and the only difference that goes here is kind of that I decided to make it within intraday time, not waiting for evening to come or whatever, because I will be doing something else this evening, and I have to spread my efforts as for my English in the right way, and just to concentrate alternatively going from one first thing that needs to be done to the second one that also has to be done, and particularly tonight, and that's why I decided to spread my working process within within the whole intraday time. I have to have this particular video shoot session that I'm doing right now, and further on this evening I'll have like next stage of my learning process as for following some other source of native materials. It will be the news channel, and news channel, I guess it will be news channel, and I have to concentrate more often on following news, because I like news. I like when anchors do fast rate of speech, and I feel kind of challenged that that's spread inside me, and I grow within that challenge, and along with that challenge I should say, and that makes me feel good when I'm dissolving myself into fluent just pace of speech and into fluent flow for native speech itself, I should say, and that's why I have to concentrate more often on maybe advanced listening practices, and not disregarding these speaking sessions that I do on this channel here, and everything goes only with practice, and everything takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, as one guy said once on some YouTube channel. And again, that's me, that's my space, that's my personal universe where I create my own things for maybe those audiences who are also in the picture of their learning process, and not only in their learning process that it might appear, but also as it goes to your personal attitude for your language, to your language that you're advancing those days, and just you may just to watch or not watch these materials on your like, and it's your choice. But what I'm doing here, I'm practicing my English, and if you're just disagree about some points, you have to live with that, and you may also leave this channel easily by shutting this off in no moment. And if you're with me, then probably I will explain something for you in a years, I don't know how many, maybe several minutes or so. We'll see how it goes. So anyways, today I decided to drop some words about how humanity harnessed the power of the nuclear energy, and how they created the first nuclear bomb out of simple and makeshift materials. Even it sounded pretty weird to me when I first saw that footage about that first nuclear bomb being made by Native Americans, and they created the whole thing by the date of 16th July of the year of 1946, if I'm not mistaken here. Correct me if I'm wrong. I guess I'm not wrong, because I just watched that footage, and everything stuck deeply, not so deeply to my mind, but it stuck there in my mind, and I kinda like want to share a couple of pieces with you guys and gals. And what they did was they created the whole nuclear bomb, the very first nuclear bomb in the humanity history line, and that was made by Americans. And they used what? They used plutonium, that they used simple mechanical construction in order to deploy all the needed elements of that whole set of things on the right places. And they did again, and what they combined all those pieces, simplest mechanical structures, with the subtle scientific notions, and subtle scientific matters and materials that were all put in the same place that is called nuclear bomb. All modern technologies, all state-of-the-art technologies of the present day, all that all that was put together in one single construction, in one single set of things that comprised the very first nuclear bomb in humanity history ever. Very first model was called Trinity, and it exploded in the year again 1946 on the July of 16. I guess 5:05 a.m. in the morning, and they were waiting for that to happen. All those groups of scientists, military scientists, and all the serving staff that were members of the whole team that made that thing possible, and they were waiting for that counter miracle. I should say counter miracle. It's not something good happened. It's only the very destructory, the most destructive ever thing humanity ever made. And for the moment, for the time being, I mean, now we have a deeper array and variety of different destruction units spread throughout all our planet. That's for bad. I mean, that's for good that they're made there just like safety triggers. They're just to stay on the very brinks of our safety, of the safety of the whole countries and continents, and they keep the so-called balance of military forces between rivaling countries, which obviously happen to be U.S. and Russia. For the most part, I mean, the biggest rivals here in the about nuclear weapons, they are Russia and United States of America, and they always been there on that spot of being rivals and competing one with the other one, competing with each other for making something meaningful and something transcendenting on that field called nuclear energy field. And they did a lot. They contributed a lot of their efforts to that field, and they actually kept the whole balance of forces in the entire globe in the right way. And that was the reason why the huge fire of conflagration of the nuclear war didn't happen yet. And thanks God, I hope it won't be happening in the future days. God save all our souls. God, I'm begging you, not let that to happen, and just to maybe our just leaders and our entire humanity, the biggest minds of humanity will not allow that shit to happen. Never, because that's gonna be the death of entire human being existence on the earth, not only on the earth, but to take the bigger picture here for the entire universe, maybe, because we are the only earthlings here that just unknown to be existing wherever, regardless of the brinks you set for yourself, closer or further. We all just living beings here, humanity, and we have to live our life without wars and conflagrations. And that's what I'm making here on this particular video shoot of tonight. Please bear with all my mispronouncing things and maybe poor vocabulary things and stuff, you know what I'm saying. Just I'm only trying to make my sessions longer and to explain more in more detailed and more fluent way, as I only can do that by myself. And thanks for your attention, and just to that's about it. Take care, see y'all, bye. Thanks for watching my channel.